All right. So what we do is I will go through the notes. I hope some of you can follow. All right. Now we already learned the cetasika. Now we start to learn with the citta. Okay. Citta consciousness is awareness of the object. So this is very important definition. What is the meaning of citta? It's the awareness of object, all right? So it's conscious aware of the object. So it's called citta. So all types of consciousness are the same in terms of knowing things. What's the meaning of aware of things, aware of objects? Means that it knows. Okay. It has some capacity to know things, but maybe degree different. It's like not like jnana. Jnana knowledge will know it very well, but it just know it in some way. But normally we can classify into 89 1-to-1 according to below factors. So here are a list about 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is just still on the preview, right? Because we are not studying the 89 in detail. Now, the citta difference because of the place or domain where it arises. For example, Kama Vachala, sense sphere. Sense sphere is the place where we stay. Or the Dewa plane, human plane, the four woeful states. So if that's why I put the 31 plane of existence. So if you understand about 31 plane of existence, you understand the sense sphere. This means that human, Dewa, and then the four woeful. All right. So it's a very common citta. All right. So this is called Kama Avachala. It has two words, Kama and Avachala. Short A, Avachala. So when you combine, become Kama Vachala. So Rupa Vachala is to do with Rupa Jhana. So anybody who practice jhana, they will be able to get this Rupa Vachala. All right. Or those in the Rupa Vachala plans, those Brahma plan also Rupa Vachala. Arupa Vachala is those practice the Arupa jhana or those born in the higher 31 plans. They are Arupa plan there and then super mundane. So here example there, sense sphere means normal world, human deities where beings enjoy sensual pleasures. 5 material plans are to do with 4 jhana. Rupa here means material jhana. Immaterial world is to do with 4 arupa jhana, immaterial jhana. Supramundane, this is the last one, loka and uttara. All right, so it's 2 words, loka and uttara. So loka is world, uttara is above. So means that it's go beyond the normal world. So the word loka, uttara. Okay, so to understand this paragraph, if you understand the 31 plans, you can roughly have some idea about the Kama Vachala, Rupa Vachala, Arupa Vachala, and Lokatara. All right. So it's beside talking about the plan of where we stay, but you're also talking about your mind. So if your mind have a jhana, you will have this one. If your mind have arupa jhana, you have this one. If your mind have the like Magga Phala, the enlightenment stage, then you have this one. So it's not just the plan, but that's why it has 2 meaning. Another meaning is just domain. Now, okay. So this one, if you understand 31 plans, you basically you will be able to follow quite well. Okay. And citta are changed according to the types. Okay, we have 4 types. The first one is called kusala, akusala, vipaka. Right? Kusala means wholesome. Right? So it's very easy. You just remember kusala means wholesome. And with the akusala. So when we read, we should read as akusala, not akusala. Akusala, we don't read this way. You read as akusala. So it coming from the word not kusala. So if you have print out, you just write extra, okay? Not kusala means not wholesome. Not wholesome means unwholesome. And resultant, vipaka. All right, so we read vipaka. And kriya or kriya, functional. Now, it's very logic. Kusala means wholesome. When you do a wholesome thing, kusala, it will create the result, vipaka. So when somebody doing the akusala, unwholesome thing, it also will create the vipaka. So you have kusala, create vipaka. Akusala also create vipaka. But if somebody attain, he become arahant. Even though this is a wholesome kusala action, we don't call it anymore kusala. We don't use the word Pali kusala, but we call it kriya, functional. Because it just means that the action just it's just action that he does. Arahan, he just do an action. But because it does not have any more resultant, any more result, any more vipaka, okay? So that's why we call it special type called kriya, all right? So kusala, akusala will create vipaka, but for only for Arahan, we have kriya. But there also another type of kriya. So later you see the 89 chitta, you also there's some chitta that just do the function. Nothing to do with arhan, but it also do a function means kriya also. So there's four. So five types of feeling. You have a very easy so from the word as you su, okay? As you su becomes somanasa, good feeling or good mind means pleasant feeling. And then you have the du from the word dukkha, du become do. Domanasa means bad mind, is unpleasant. So good mind. So if you remember, somanasa, domanasa. So good and bad. And those neutral ones. So it's neither good or bad. So this is called adukkha masukha. So actually it's combined of two words. Adukkha with the word adukkha asukha means adukkha means not suffering. Asukha means not pleasant. So not suffering, not pleasant. So we call it neutral. So another translation for this we call it there's another long English word we call it neither pleasant, okay, neither pleasant nor unpleasant, right? So this another one for this neutral. Instead of using the word neutral, we have this neither pleasant nor unpleasant. No unpleasant, adukha, okay? Asukha, neither pleasant. All right. So this is the neutral one where it's not pleasant feeling, it's not unpleasant feeling, but it's the neutral feeling. So then the another two is dukkha and sukha, painful or happy feeling. These two actually to do with body. All right. So this dukkha, sukha to do with body. Then somanasa, domanasa, adukha, masuka is much more to do with the mind level. Then number four, there are some the chitta, the consciousness are classified also because the associate dhamma, sometimes it has wrong view, sometimes it has conceit, dikthi, and mana, and so on. And sometimes chitta also, chitta means consciousness. I just use the word Pali, all right, chitta. So chitta also change because it can has prontitude, all right. So we use the word prontitude means inducement, encouragement. So in Pali, we call it sa sankarika, all right. Means somebody urge you or encourage you, or you yourself urge yourself. Sometimes when you're lazy, you need to urge yourself to do good deeds. Or sometimes you're lazy, people urge you to do good deeds. So this is called satsankalika. So another one is called art sankalika. Art sankalika here, like just now, the word art means coming from the word nat means negative. So it's not the with the prontitude. Okay. So very easy. Prontitude and prontitude. So asankalika or sasankalika. So later we'll come back the Pali terms again, right? Then jhana. Some of the chitta has jhana. There are first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and they have different jhana factors. So when we're talking about find the jhana factors, normally they are uh, five, all right? So there will be initial application, sustained application, joy, happiness, one-pointedness. So we will go through this later. So this is the English there. In Pali will be Vitaka, Vichala, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. Then the object received for those, the Alupa, this on the Alupa level with the infinite space, infinite consciousness. And Maga, those referring to A4 path, also referring to the supramandate. All right. So the first page just now is just some classification. This you will understand better when you learn the 89 chitta. So if you don't understand now, so don't worry. So let's go. Okay. So I hope you all have print out, all right? So when we learn, the first thing that we should learn is try to see the 89. So remember when we learn Chetasika is 52. Now the numbers increase. So 89 you can divide to 81 and this 8, right? So how you can see. So 89. How do you get 89? All right. So remember Abhidhamma, there are lots of numbers. The reason why all these numbers, because they are very specific and is all the clarification will give you some certain numbers. So 89 is the first number you should remember. And another number is 121. So later I'll explain what is 121. So you need to have 81. This is called Lokia worldly. Loka plus iya. So Lokia, worldly things. And you have 8 Lokotara. So 81 plus this 8. Okay, 81 plus this 8. So you got 81 plus 8, you got 89. All right. But 81 here, if the 81 here plus the 40, this 40 here, you will have 1 to 1. All right. So 1 to 1 coming from 81 plus 40. 81 plus 40, you got 1 to 1. 81 plus 8, you got 89. So that's why all the Abhidhamma student will get these numbers. All right. Now, 89 Citta divided by, we call it the 81 is worldly. What's the meaning of worldly? Worldly means happen to those who are not enlightened or not at the enlightenment time. And the Lokotara, all right, Lokotara means, Loka is take it as worldly thing. So Uttara means go beyond the worldly. So those going beyond the worldly. So I didn't put the English word, you call it supra mundane. Okay. Supra mundane means over the mundane. Okay. Supramundane is those 4 Maga and 4 Pala. Anyway, you plus together. I will come back to this later. So this one is called supramundane, which happen only at the enlightenment time. Okay. Okay, now 81 divided into 3 groups. 54, 15, and 12, right? So later we will study the first group here, okay? 12 akusala, 8 this one. So anyway, we go for 54, 15, and 12, all right? So we will start to study this one first. So 12 akusala, unwholesome, and then there will be 18 ahetuka, and then 12 kamawachala, all right? So anyway, don't worry about charts. Okay, so we go for the first category, the 54 here. So Kama Vachala, sense sphere 54. So these are the chittas that frequently arise in normal means like humans and deities. So the Kama Vachala is first classified in 3, namely 12 Akusala, 18 Ahetuka, and 24 Sobana. All right. Okay. So this is the first group where it's a normal chitta. Let's say this means that it happens to everybody here. All right, normal. All right. It's nothing to do with the deep meditation like jhana, whatever. So when you get angry, when you see something, will be on this kama vachala. So we will go through later some more, but we still have to go through here first. Okay. Rupa vachala is the one that if you successfully get into jhana, samatha practice. So that's why it's related to the rupa jhana. So it occurs in those heavenly beings, the Rupa Brahma. All right. So beside those being in the Rupa Brahma, so if you really practice jhana successfully and you gain deep jhana, you also will have this called Rupa Vachala. Okay. So it's classified into 5 and then Kusala Vipaka Kriya. Okay. I just go through this because we still have to come back to this later. And then the Arupa Vachala is also from successfully jhana samatha practice, but different is this to do the Rupa jhana and this Arupa jhana. So it's also happen in different type of beings called Arupa. Remember Arupa, we are 4. Okay, the infinite space, infinite consciousness, and so on. So it also have 4 only. and then you multiple 3, so you got 12. All right. So I will come back to here later, don't worry. Okay, now the meaning of lokotara. So you have loka means mundane, all right? So those who goes out or higher than mundane is called lokotara, supramundane. So this is actually enlightenment stage. So anybody who is enlightened will have this lokotara. All right. Okay, so all this still theory. We cannot see yet. All right. Now we go for from here on, I think it's very clear already. Kusala means meritorious, wholesome, moral. This is faultless and bring good result. Okay. So this means that anytime when you have a kusala chitta, when you have a wholesome mind, you will see this consciousness. Okay. So for example, when you have practicing dana, donation, uh, when you're observing your precept, sila, when you are taking meditation, but not in the deep jhana, right? So you are just normal meditation. So you are practicing meditation, just practicing. So you have these wholesome deeds come out. But akusala, I think this point is easier for you already. Akusala means not kusala. So the meaning of not kusala means opposite of kusala. So akusala is another English word is demeritorious, unwholesome or immoral. So but actually even this word immoral not good. So the best one is still unwholesome. So kusala is wholesome, akusala is unwholesome. So what is akusala? Akusala means we call it faulty. It's with fault and it will bring ill result. So another definition you can also write will be like censure by the wise. Means like those action. So for example, action like killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and so on. Okay. So this easy. So the consciousness when you have good mind, wholesome mind will be kokusala chitta. The consciousness where you have unwholesome mind, so you call it akusala chitta. All right. So remember when you have kusala, akusala, it will create the vipaka. Okay. This means that a kusala action will create kusala vipaka. Okay, I don't have long A here. I had just get the computer. I haven't set the computer yet. Okay. And akusala action creates akusala vipaka. Okay. So this means that kusala will give vipaka. Akusala will give vipaka. So these two, kusala, akusala, happen to, as mentioned just now, all this to do with non-arahant, all right? Non-arahant. Not an arahant. Okay. And for those, there are some consciousness that just only acts, just do an action, but does not produce any effect. So this is called kriya, functional. That's why the English is called just functional. So some of the consciousness belong to arahant only. Some consciousness just do the function only. So for example, later you see like five door everything, all right? Five door everything consciousness. So this just do the action of everything to Fido and only, and then it just stop it. Okay. Now, okay. Now in meditation, sometimes you need to note different type of feeling. So we call Vedana, all right? From the Pali word vid become ana, Vedana. So Somanasa with the word from the words su, su becomes so, means pleasant feeling. And then Domanasa is unpleasant feeling. Then you got the one neither pleasant nor unpleasant. So we use the word simple neutral or upeka. Sometimes we call it upeka. But actually here will be better is aduka masuka. Aduka. Okay? Aduka asuka. So aduka asuka means not dukkha, not sukha. Adukkha asuka. So we call it adukkha masuka. So when we read, it will be adukkha masuka. Neither pleasant nor unpleasant. So it's a kind of like neutral feeling. So these three belong to the mental feelings. But when we talk about those painful, when for example, when you note your pain, okay, X. So this is a painful feeling. But when you note that like your body feel comfortable, maybe due to the aircon, okay. So this is called happy feeling. So this one may for example, when you hear good news, so you will have joyful feeling. So when you hear bad news, so you got the domanassa, unpleasant feeling. So when this one will happen when you just, for example, you not your maybe you're not your breathing. So at that time, it's just normal feeling, all right? Not happy, not sad, nothing, all right? Now, so in these things, when you get to know this feeling, it's actually very important for us to know it because then you know what kind of questions will arise. So these five feelings can be simplified into three, all right? So why three, all right? And two and one. For example, pleasant feeling, somanasa and sukha. So the number one, pleasant feeling, and number five, sukha. So somanasa and sukha belong to good feeling. So you can combine together. Then unpleasant feeling, domanassa, and painful belong to bad feeling. So if you just sum up, there can only be three feelings. Sukha, dukkha, and upekha means the pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral. So if you just put these three, will be you can just call it pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and just a neutral feeling. So this means that the feeling up there, five feelings. So when you sum up, it can be only good feeling, uh, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, or neutral feeling. But sometimes the upeka feeling, it also can be considered as pleasant feeling because there's no absence of bad feeling. So that's why if you just sum up, it can be only sukha, dukkha, good feeling or bad feeling, or pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling. So that's how when we say in logic, it's a five feeling, but you can sum up to three feeling or two feeling. But the main thing in Vipassana viewpoint, all the feelings are considered as dukkha, painful, because of their nature of arising and passing away. Okay, so their nature. So as such, all feelings can be classified as only one type. So there is a dukkha feeling only. So this is important when you want to meditate. You should not all the good feeling as uh, painful because of their arising and passing away. Okay. All right. So okay. So let me continue this. After that, I will stop. Okay. Now, this is on promptitude. Sometimes we consciousness we have promptitude, unprompted, or prompted, unprompted. Sometimes there are different translation here. We call it promptitude or unprompted. So unpromptitude. So that's why it's very just stick with the Pali. So sasakalika is a prompted. Asankalika is unprompted. So what's the meaning of unprompted? Unprompted means automatically happen for yourself, all right? So sasankalika means prompting, promptitude, or having encouragement from others and yourself and others. So up means no. So asankalika means no sankala, no promptitude, no prompting, prompted, spontaneous. So when the one does something automatically and without prompting, this is called asankalika. So, for example, let's say, okay, for example, a child gives something happily, okay, to a monk or whatever. So this is called asankalika. So sasankalika means you need encouragement. So, for example, okay, once feel lazy, okay, to go to meditation. Okay, then the teacher or himself have to so need to encourage himself. Okay, he need to encourage himself to go for meditation. So when you wake up, you feel lazy, you just want to sleep. So you need to encourage yourself. So this is called sasankalika. But if you be able to meditate by yourself, then it's called asankalika. So you got sasankalika and asankalika. So basically, just up means unprompted, means just remember it's automatic out of your own goodwill. You just want to do something, all right? Okay, up to here, any question? Yeah. Or if not, I
Yeah,
just continue.
I,
Yes.
I, I don't have this script. How can you share me
Yes.
after the, I don't have
Mhm.
this script for this that you explain one. You said that
Are
your
you
can
in
print
the
out.
are you in the Pali group?
No,
Ah, you're not in the Pali group. The
mm,
Agachala Pali group, are you?
yeah, because I'm not able to join. I have other things to do on that day. So
Oh no no.
you invite.
You yes. You need to join
Mm.
in the group. So because the message will be that group. Okay.
Ah,
Send you the Okay, I send
okay.
you the my contact number. So please later you WhatsApp me so I will put you in your group, okay? Because sometimes you all must tell me, all right? Do you see the number? All right.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So later you
I,
message me and then I will put you in the group. So the things I share with people. All right.
hi.
Okay, now so far we still okay, in just ignore all these those from above because the one above will be more difficult. All this from the page one. Page one actually is much more difficult because it's a very big concept for you all. It's a very general. So slowly we are actually nearer to this one already. So we are still on this Kamawachala. Okay. So we already start to learn something that we can understand when we meditate means all the feeling, whether it's a good feeling, bad feeling, you just need to see them as arising, passing away, then they are considered as dukkha. All right. And we also need to see. So among these two, if you are doing things with this one automatically, then the karma is better, okay? Instead of being encouraged by people. So if you do donation with the asankalika, so it will be more stronger. Okay. Now we are going to the chitta one by one. All right. Okay. Now in Kamawachala Chitta 54, now you start to see there's all these numbers. So the first is 12 akusala chitta based on greed, hatred, and delusion. All right. So we call it, these are three, so this why we call it three roots. Greed, hatred, delusion, three roots. Or in other words, we call it causes. Because or due to the greed, somebody steal something. Due to hatred, somebody kill somebody. Due to delusion, he may commit some sexual misconduct. Right? So these three, greed, hatred, delusion, are called three roots or three causes. So there are 12 akusala. Akusala I already explained. Akusala. Akusala means unwholesome. Okay. So after that, we will go for 18 ahetuka. So you can see akusala, there's another ahetuka. So if we are talking about three roots here, so in Pali we call it hetu, right? Now, ahetuka actually we call it rootless. Later we come to is akusala. There's a here, but this is ahetuka. Rootless means causeless, all right? What is the meaning causeless means it's nothing to do with the great hatred delusion. So rootless or causes are hetuka. And then the 24 sobana. So we call it sobana means beautiful. Kamawachala. Kama awachala. Kama is sense, awachala is sense sphere. So beautiful. Okay, now when we study the akusala, so it's very important to see among all the chitta, you can see the charts there. All right. The first thing that people need to learn is why is it we start with akusala, not with other chitta first. why do we need to learn about the greed, hatred, delusion first, all right? So that's a reason given by some Sayadaw why we need to learn from the akusala first, not from other chitta. Akusala is mentioned first because the purpose of vipassana is to eradicate mental defilement based on greed, hatred, delusion. So this is, we call it the three roots. Okay, we call it three evil roots. So we call it, sometimes the meaning of root is hetu, like just now. So first you need to know akusala. Then you need to know based on greed, hatred, delusion. That is, greed is called lobha. Okay. So greed is called lobha. Sometimes in Pali you will see the word tanha also. The word end dot. Okay. So when I teach the Pali, I use this software because it's easy to copy the Pali there. So lobha dosa moha, right? So that's the advantage of learning Pali because you can understand the meaning faster. So
Siraji,
akusala, yes, who is it?
Siraji, it's Senda.
Yeah.
Siraji, what is the name of the software to just
Oh,
to find out
pa,
the
oh yeah, this is the Chinese software. Okay, later I send to you. Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, okay. So you have lobha, tanna, dosa. This one we actually it has two things. Takapit. Okay. All right. So lobha means the greed, hatred, dosa, and moha. So that's why when you have the lobha, you have the lobha mula. Okay. Dosa, the second one is called dosa mula. Third one is moha mula. Mula here is also another meaning of mula means root. All right. So you can see few. Okay, this is the meaning of root. Okay. It only appear in Myanmar. Why is it appear in Myanmar? Yeah, okay. So the meaning of mula is okay. Beside the meaning of root, like tree roots also use the word mula. But the another meaning is origin or cause. All right, origin and cause. So when we use a translation as greed rooted, actually sometimes maybe let's say we use the word greed rooted. So loba mula. All right. So means actually the meaning is this consciousness is based on greed. All right. So somebody is do something, maybe he does killing based on his greed. So that's the meaning of rooted. Rooted means the cause. So means greed cause is caused by the greed or maybe caused by the greed. So that's the meaning of greed rooted consciousness. Loba mula. Based on the greed, he does killing. You know, what's the meaning of based on greed does killing? Because he kill people because he want to get the money. But normally stealing is based on greed. But at the moment of killing, is actually based on the dosa mula, right? When you kill something or somebody kill somebody or some other things, it actually will be dosa mula based on the hatred. The hatred will be stronger. But when he steal things, will based on the most likely based on the greed. Moha mula, delusion. Based on the moha, based on delusion, maybe he does some evil thing. Maybe after he drink alcohol, the mind very confused, so the mind is very diluted. All right. So there are three terms here you need to understand to memorize it. Akusala chitta, all right, unwholesome consciousness are based on the lobha mula, citta. So if you have a pen, please highlight. Second one is based on lobha, based on dosa, mula, citta. Third one will be moha, mula, citta. So based on the greed, he did akusala. Based on the hatred, he did akusala. Based on the moha, he did akusala. All right. So here later you will see more calculation. There are 8 lobha mula, 2 dosa mula, 2 moha mula. So 8 plus 2 plus 2. Totally you have 12. All right. So the first number, if you see these charts, so I hope you all print out already. Okay. So based on this 8 lobha mula, dosa mula, moha mula, 8 plus 2 plus 2, you got 12. So these 12 are called akusala. So whenever you or anybody do some bad action, some unwholesome action, either greed or hatred or delusion, so they will come out. So even though you'll be surprised, out of the 89 chittas, these 12 numbers, number 12, is actually the number is very small compared to other things. You see all the numbers are like 18, 24, 15, and 12 and so on. But actually, even those these 12, this akusala is only 12 of them, but they arise most of the time. Because even they say the first chitta that arise actually is a greed for existence. Okay. All right. So that is why the reason akusala is mentioned first, because the purpose of vipassana, or why we mention about vipassana, because when you practice samatha, you cannot eradicate the mental defilements. You only can suppress. For example, when you get into the jhana, you only can suppress the defilements for some time. Okay. So that's why is mentioned only vipassana here, because the purpose to eradicate the mental defilement based on the 3 evil roots, which I already mentioned the word roots or cause, all right? Caused by greed, caused by hatred, caused by delusion. So anyway, just remember lobha mula citta, dosa mula citta, and moha mula citta. All right. So this is the commentary, sub commentary to the Abhidhamma book. In the first chapter I mentioned already, by Anuradha, Abhidhammata Sangaha mentioned the greed-rooted consciousnesses, 8 of them. First, because they are more common. Because greed is very common. Because you think about it, when you see a flower, the greed is there. When you see somebody you like, the greed is there. So when you see the food, the greed is there. So when you sleep, you enjoy the sleeping. So wherever you go, you are happy with your life. So even the Buddha say, even somebody born as a small insects, he also happy with the insect's life, right? So the greed are more common. So hatred-rooted consciousnesses are mentioned next, as they do not occur so much as greed-rooted, because we don't get angry all the time. All right, that's why they are not so common. But they might also happen a lot, because when the weather is hot, you feel annoyed, you feel agitated. All right. Then the last delusion, moha cetasika, right? So we already learned the moha cetasika in the previous lesson. They are included in all the unwholesome consciousness. There must be this moha cetasika, all right? Then the delusion-rooted consciousness are mentioned last, as these are not so obvious. Because when you have delusion, you will not know, because you are lost in the delusion. When you are lost in the delusion, you will not know that you are inside delusion. Okay? So now we are going to get to the number 8 already. Okay. 8, actually the first 8, this is, we call it the lobha mula, 8 greed rooted. Actually, it's very easy. You just need to remember, just now I mentioned there are 5 types of feeling. So we only hear there are 2 types of feeling here. So somanasa and upekha. All right. Pleasant, somanasa is pleasant, upekha is neutral. So you have 2 types of feeling times 2 types of association, either association with wrong view or disassociated with wrong view. All right, this means that not all the greed consciousness will associate wrong view. Sometimes they are not associated with wrong view, so we call it disassociate with wrong view. And then I already mentioned prompted and unprompted. Prompted means somebody need to prompt you or you prompt yourself. Unprompted means automatic. Okay, the greed is there. So when you see the apple, you want to eat the apple, or a child see the apple, he want to steal the apple. So it's called unprompted. So you got 2 times 2 times 2. So you will get 8. Only this one. All right. So how you get 8 is only this one. 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 feeling, 2 association, 2 types of prompted or unprompted. All right. So for this, we go for this. All right. I already highlight here, but if you print out, maybe you don't see the color. Okay. So we go for the 8 here. All right. The Loba Mula first. So remember this is called Loba Mula, greed rooted. So greed rooted, 8 of them. So you can see in this color, 8 of them. Associate with 2 feelings, pleasant feeling or neutral feeling, like just now. Then associate with wrong view or not wrong view. Then prompted, unprompted. So this table look complicated, all right? But if you can just remember the formula here, it's very easy. 2 feeling, 2 association, okay? 2 types, either prompted and unprompted. So 2 times 2 times 2, so you get 8. So after you remember 2 times 2 times 2, you get 8. Right. Then you come back to this table. Okay. So because you think about yourself, okay, when greeted, the greed arise in you, sometimes you have pleasant feeling. Okay. That means that when you see something you like, apple or whatever flower, then you are happy with it, somanasa. Your mind have pleasant feeling. But sometimes maybe you see the flower or you eat the same food for many few times already. Maybe at first you like the food, so you have pleasant feeling. So after you eat the food, maybe for half an hour later, you do not like not you don't like so much, but you still have greed for it. So you continue to eat. So then the feeling will be upeka, neutral feeling. All right. So sometimes when you eat the food, you don't have wrong view. We not to say everything must have wrong view. When you eat the food, you have greed for it, greed for the food, but it's without wrong view. So it's only called this one, this association with wrong view. Sometimes you eat the food because you are prompted by your friend, or sometimes you eat the food you is unprompted by a friend. So you just put the word you end. Okay. Sometimes you have pleasant feeling, you have greed. Sometimes associate with wrong view. Okay. And then it's unprompted and prompted. Okay. Now what is associate with wrong view? Okay. Now you see this one. All right. So this one will the formula in Pali. All right. So let's go for this wrong view first. Okay. When dikti, the Pali word dikti, okay? When the Pali word dikti is used without an adjective, this means that we don't put the word, even we don't need to put the word like micha dikti. We just use the word dikti. It usually means wrong view. But when we say right view, like the Noble Eightfold Path, we call it samadhi. Samadhi is one of the eight path. So gata here means known feeling. So you see the word gata, all right? This one. Diti kata sampoyutta, right? So I'll come back to this later. So this kata has no special meaning here. So diti kata means wrong view. Sampoyutta means associate. So means that somebody, the mind at that time is associated with wrong view. Okay. Now, what types of wrong view? There are many types of wrong view. For example, wrong view such as not belief in karma. Okay. All right. Or believe in, we call it wrong practice, like those in Buddha time, like behave like cow, behave like dog, behave like, or maybe worship the fire. They believe by worshiping the fire, they will gain and gain liberation. All right. Okay. So all these are wrong view. So this means that actually not all the time we have wrong view. Sometimes we don't have wrong view. It just we have greedy mind but without wrong view. Okay.
Saiji,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, just now you gave the example of eating. eating, and then it's greed. It's
Yes.
driven by greed, and then the food you like it, then it's pleasant. But how
Yes.
to associate it with wrong view or right view?
Then it's without wrong view. You just eat it because it's
You
not
just
any
eat
wrong
it.
view.
That means you don't
Yes,
even
yes,
think about.
yes,
Then how is it? This is dissociated. If it
yes.
is associated with wrong view, how?
Okay, all right. So, okay, the example here, I didn't write down. Okay, so, okay, maybe for example, okay, okay. So, so for example, with wrong view, okay? Okay, means that a boy, okay, steals an apple,
Mm.
believing that stealing is
Harmless.
is not wrong.
It's not wrong. So this one
Okay, so
is
he has wrong
greed.
view. He has wrong view, yes.
This is
Okay.
has wrong view.
So he has greed rooted
Greed rooted
us. So maybe let's say and you can say and
and
he
happy. And he
happy
is happy
at that time. Okay.
at that
So
time.
he steal an apple, so means that unprompted, okay? Nobody you can use the word automatically or
Okay,
out
understand.
of his own view, okay?
Mm.
And a boy, so a greed rooted, so is this associate uh no, so
Subs-
associate with wrong view, okay?
Associated with wrong view. Okay.
Wrong view, okay? And then
Okay.
this is a happy, it will be pleasant feeling, all right?
Mm.
Pleasant feeling.
Mm.
So it's accompanied, sometimes you use word accompanied or with pleasant feeling, wrong view, and this is the unprompted.
Okay,
Okay,
understand.
all right,
But
okay,
then the eating part, like the eating part, how can eating be
wrong view.
of wrong view?
Eating cannot be wrong view. So because
Ah,
when you consider
so
yourself, so when you eat something, you
ah,
just have great
it's
return.
dissociated already lah.
Yes, this is you just
It's
eat
just
because unless you have the wrong view that eating
will
make
cure your
you will
or
pure
will.
your mind, you know.
Okay,
And
okay, all right,
that's
all
why
right.
some of Vipassana teacher tell you like for us like vegetarian, they tell you not to be a vegetarian so much, you know, because what? Because some might think that by become a vegetarian, when we eat the food, we become more pure or something like that. It's also
Okay,
not
got
so
it.
okay. So every
Yes,
time if you
understand.
see when we eat something, it will be
Mm,
this is a wrong view. It will be unprompted. But after you eat something, then you still want to eat, but the feeling become more neutral. You're not so excited anymore.
mm,
Okay.
got
So
it.
but unless when you eat, somebody your friend or your family say, hey, don't waste the food. They tell you don't waste the food. So they are prompted by your friend or your family member. So you keep on eating and eating. So at the time already neutral feeling.
Mm,
Okay. All right.
okay, thank you.
Okay. So basically for the Greek rooted eight of them, how do you get eight? Two types of feeling, wrong view or not wrong view, prompted and unprompted. So if you can remember this formula, it's very simple, you know. Okay. Two feelings, two association, two prompted, unprompted. Then you get 8 times 8, you get 8. So from here, then if you understand this part, then you start to understand this table. When I understand this table, then the others is very easy already, right? And to understand this table, we still have to go traditional way. We learn the Pali. You know, in our university, the teacher will ask us to repeat this many times. All right. Okay. So for Pande who in my university to enjoy the class. All right. So Loba, Mula, Citta. Citta, ni is a plural because Citta is a neutral gender. All right. Neutral gender. So Citta, ni, eight. Tata, de, kataman, how. Right. Kamawachala. So we are talking about in Kamawachala. We are in a sense still in the sense sphere, all right? So why is it in the Kamawachala? So you just have to refer back to the chart just now. Okay. We are still in the Kamawachala, all right? This Kamawachala. So it's talking about there, kata in the Kamavachara, right? In the Kachamachara, then he start to explain about this. There are 8 lobang mula. So according to original Pali, in the Abhidhamma Sanghaha, Abhidhamma Tak Sanghaha. Somanasa Sahagatam Ditikatam Sampayutam Asangkalikam Ekam. Ekam means one, all right? One consciousness. The word consciousness is not mentioned here. So Somanasa, joy. Sahagata. Saha is together. Gata is, you can just take it like come together means gata, accompanied by joy. Dikti. So just now already mentioned gata here has no meaning. All right. So you can just take it no meaning. Gata is wrong view. Sampayuta associated with wrong view. Sankarika. Is un. So sankarika unprompted. So first, to remember the Pali, I will not ask in exam, all right? So you just remember Somanasa Sagata Ditikata Sampayuta Asankareka Ekam. Then Somanasa Gata Samanasa Gata Ditikatam Sampayutam Satsakarikam Ekam. Or if you don't want to remember the word Ekam is also no problem. Then after that, this is associated with wrong view. After that, you need to go for next one. You just change it to disassociate with wrong view. All right. 3 and 4 is disassociate with wrong view. So you just change it to Sam Somanasa Sagatan Ditikata Vipa. Wit. All right. Wit, if you remember those who learned Pali before, wit means this or far away. All right. So it means this associate, so called Vipayuta. So this is some together, some associated, Sampayuta, Vipayuta. So right. Then Asankarika, Sasankarika, same. Then after you get these 4 feeling correct, then you just repeat the same formula and change from the Somanasa 1, 2, 3, 4, change it to Upeka. Right? So actually the Pali 1, 2, 3, 4 is same with 5, 6, 7, 8, except now we use the word Upeka. So Upeka Sagatam, Ditikatam, Sampayutam, Asankarikam, Ekam. Upeka Sagatam, Ditikatam, Sampayutam, Sasankarikam, Ekam. Ubeka sagata ditikata vipayutam asankalikam. Then ubeka sagata ditikata sasankalikam. So the Pali is not so difficult if you understand the formula like just now. Okay. If you can understand these charts, or if you understand the formula, this one, 2 times 2 times 2, you get this one. All right. Okay. Now, before I go for the hatred duty, so I will just rest for a while and hear any question. Thomas, can you follow the Pali? All right. Okay, any question? Up to here. Now we only add the first 8. Okay, out of the 89, we only learn the first 8. All right. To learn the 8, you remember is the akusala. In the akusala group, there's a 8 loba mula citta. Any question? Up to here.
Sayali, can I ask one question
Yes, yes.
regarding whether it is Dipikata Vipayutam or Sampayutam? For example, if let's
Okay.
say there is a man, he steal a handbag, but he's
Okay.
aware that no, there will be immoral karma. So he hesitates a bit. So after persuade himself for many times, then only he did the deed. Means that he's aware that it's immoral, but he's still doing.
Yeah.
So this
So it's
is
a ditikata
Vipayutam.
sampayatam. No. Oh,
If
sorry.
he
Yeah,
knows, he
ditikata
knows.
vipayuta. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
If let's
yeah.
say
Okay,
he
hino
doesn't,
vipayuta. Yes.
okay, if let's say he didn't even think about the immoral karma, he just go and steal.
Mhm. Even he don't think about it, as long as he has no wrong view, he already at the back of his mind, he know that stealing is wrong, right? If he know that the stealing is wrong, so that means that he has no wrong view. He has right knowledge that stealing is wrong. So that means that when he do it is not to do with the wrong view.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Siaji, I am still
Yeah,
stuck
yes.
on the word with associated with wrong view actually.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, you start. Okay, so what we do is we can go for more reference book, all right? Because I think all of you have the reference book, so we can go for this one. So remember, the first book that we always look for is the Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma. So let's go for this one. Okay, so chapter 2. Now, in this book, most of you will know, it's actually, sorry. Okay. Most of you will know that it start with the consciousness, right? Chapter 1 start with consciousness. But actually, according to what I do, I don't teach the consciousness now because I don't teach the consciousness at the very beginning because most students will not be able to remember 89. So remember, I start with the Lupa first because Lupa is easier, only 28. All right. I start with 31 player assistant. So actually, 31 player assistant is called chapter 5 in this book. Then after that, I start with the Chettasika. Okay. Now I go for chapter 1. Why I don't teach chapter 1 because you can see there are many chittas and there are many things you need to know. Okay, so we look for the meaning of this. Okay, lupa. Okay, now. Okay, you can see the text here. So let me make it a little bigger. Uh, can somebody read? Mingse, can you read this one? Mingse, read out. Yeah.
Which page is it? I have the hard copy.
This one. Which page?
Also, okay. Which page is it? Let me see.
34. 34.
34. Associated with a wrong view.
Wrong view.
Correct?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Associated with wrong view. Ditti Gata Sampayutta. Having divided the greed-rooted consciousness into two classes on the basis of feeling, as accompanied by joy or equanimity, the text again divides that same consciousness on the basis of its relationship to wrong view. The word deity means view, and unless it is specified by the prefix samma, or right, it is generally refers to wrong view, miccha ditti. Wrong view accompanies the consciousness rooted in greed as a conviction, belief, opinion, or rationalization. The view may either reinforce the attachment from which the consciousness springs by providing it with a rational justification, or the view itself may be an object of attachment in its own right. Wrong view is associated with 4 types of consciousness in all, 2 accompanied by joy and 2 accompanied by equanimity. The other 4 are dissociated from wrong view, ditti, gata, vipayutta. In that, greed operates in them without any accompanying justification provided by a view.
Okay. I think it didn't give the answer, right? Okay, thank you. So I don't think it give any answer. Okay. So okay, let's go for another book. So I told you all, if you cannot find the answer here, look for another book. This one. This is very good because when this Sayadaw U Silananda, when he was teaching in America for about 3 years, of course on and on, the people ask question and then he explained a lot. So let's go for. So this book is 3 books. So we look for the Citta. 57, all right? So 57. Okay, now. Okay, we can see the example here, right? The example here. Okay, with joy, This is a CMA, Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma, page 39. Holding the view that there is no evil in stealing, like just now. A boy spontaneously steals an apple from a fruit store. So the main thing is somebody having the view. He don't believe that stealing has fault. Okay? Don't believe that stealing has fault. So this means that he believes that stealing is without fault, without bad, without the bad consequences. So this example here. Maybe we just copy this example. So, okay. Okay, so this example given here. Is it clear? Holding the view. No evil instinct. This means that it implies that this boy rejects the evil result. Okay. Or maybe, yeah. Because when we say karma vipaka, when there's a evil action, there might be evil result. So he not believe in the evil result. So he don't believe that stealing got fault. Evil result. What's the evil result? Because of stealing means like born in a poor place, born in a poor place, or destitute, maybe destitute. Okay, how is that? DSTIT. Okay, so maybe okay, this kind of evil result. So there's one action given here. I think the book didn't mention a lot, only this one. Okay, I think that's all from these two books. But we can think about ourselves, right? So main thing is that he reject, especially on terms of karma. So if somebody reject the karma, then of course they are not afraid of the bad karma, bad result. Okay. All right. So how long already? 1 hour. Okay. So I think I'd like to continue another. Maybe we have 5 minutes break. Then you want me to continue or should I go for the exam question? I think I'll stop for a while. Okay. So we break for 5 minutes. All right. Then we will continue. So we just pause for a while. Okay, so here, okay, I think this one clearly. Wrong view means believing there is no karma, no result of karma, there's no law of karma, there's no existence and other existence. This means they don't believe in, beside the karma, also not believe in this life and past life. Because like some people, you can see their life is only want to enjoy in this life. So after the enjoyment in this life, they don't care whether they are past life or present life. This means that they believe that only this life. So this called this one. And the other things I mentioned, the apple, the boys the apple means that they don't believe in beside the karma, they don't believe stealing is a bad action. Okay, then they don't believe there's evil action, a bad result of stealing. So there's no result. Okay, now when we talk about karma, we can think about few ways, right? So yeah. So means that when we talk about karma, so no karma means that they don't believe stealing is wrong. Okay, not believe stealing is wrong. It's bad action. Okay, because some people they don't believe stealing is a bad action. They believe stealing is good. Because they take the money. They maybe they take from the rich person. They think its action is good, but actually it's stealing is bad action. And also they don't believe the result of stealing. Right, means that the result of this bad action means a bad result. All right, bad result. They don't believe stealing has the bad result. Okay.
Saiji.
So anyway, yes.
I think an example will be like this lah. Like during the Hari Raya Haji, I think before that they do a korban or something like that. They don't
Oh yeah,
believe that
yeah, right. Yes.
they don't believe that killing the cow is
Yeah.
wrong or
Yeah, also
whatever
can.
is it lah.
They don't believe that a killing animal is wrong. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's having wrong view. That's good. Yeah, this is also good. So this is easy because we are talking about stealing. All right. Okay. All right. So okay, now 7:10 already 1.5 hours. Right. So let's okay. So this is talking a wrong view. So we have three factors. The first one is a pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. Second one is wrong view without wrong view. Third one will be asangkalika, sasangkalika, prompted, unprompted. So unprompted is very easy. On initiative, you do things automatically. Prompted means prompted by somebody, prompted others, but also including some or oneself, right? Even like for example, if you do a good deeds, if you had to prompt yourself doing the good deed, is not so strong good deeds. But if you do a good deeds out of automatic good will, is considered as unprompted. But in this case, if somebody kills somebody unprompted, so it's considered more bad karma compared to somebody have to ask he maybe prompted by somebody to kill. All right. Okay. All right. I think we will do stop here and then we go for exam question. All right. So this one is good for you to digest 8 of them, even though 8 of them, because this 8, once you get it right, then it's very easy for you to remember the other things because other things also is the same formula. So the Pali will be actually quite same, especially when you study the wholesome thing. All right. Mm. Okay. Let me go for, if no question, so I stop for a while. So let's go for this one. So go for the exam question. So this is a kind of revision for you all. All right. For those who sit for exam, you can try to give yourself marks and tell me what is your marks. Okay. All right. I think most people, this is very easy. If you have studied the 31 plan of assistance, you can get this answer very correctly. Okay. So most of you get it right. Only some, the question is when you look at the question carefully, you have to write in Pali or English, preferable in both languages. I think some do not write in Pali, but some are very good. They memorize the Pali. They memorize the like Hell, Niraya, Tirachana. Tirachana, I think some people cannot remember the Pali word for the animal is Tirachana. Okay. To get this one, you have to just refer to the previous page on the previous chapters where I put the 31 plan of assistance. Where's my notes? Okay. So to get the answer for this, what is the chance? Okay. So the answer if you have memorized the table. Why is memorize the table is important? Because you just need to memorize one time because all these 31 player assistant, it will be repeated in all the Tipitaka. So once you be able to remember health, animal, beta, ashura, most of you get the answer right, except some of you cannot remember the word tira chana. Tira, actually, the meaning of tira is cross, like going across chana, all right? So ashura, beta, most of you get right. So if you write English only, okay, I will minus at least 2 marks because the question asks you to write English and Pali. So if you write English only, so I will give you 3 marks if you don't make mistake on the English. 5 aggregates, I think most of you can get it right. All right. So to get this answer, you have to refer to the first chapter. Okay. on the two truths. The two truths. Okay. On the two truths, you will see this. Okay. 5 aggregates is mentioned already clearly. So you have to refer to your past printout. So on the two truths, you have Lupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankala, Vijnana. Right? I think the most of you get the English right, but some of you didn't write the Pali. Okay. So if you don't write the Pali, so you just need to minus 2 marks. If you make some mistake in English, you minus 1 mark. Okay. All right. 6 Dewa plan, you not difficult. So you just go for 31 plan assistant. So you just need to write this one. Most of you get it quite right, except I think most of you cannot, only few can remember the Pali. So Chatu Maharajika, Tawantisa, Yama, Tushita, Nimara, Rati, Paranimita, Wasawati. All right. So if you can get these 6 in English, you will get 3 marks. If you can get all in Pali and English, you get full marks 5. All right, because this 30 marks, 6 questions, so each will give you 5 marks. All right, so you just need to calculate yourself. So if you can write all in Pali English, you will get 5 marks. All right, if you just write in English, you get 3 marks. If you make some mistake, minus 1 mark. All right. Now, 7 universal mental factors. This is not so difficult. Most of you get it right. All right. You just look at the Cetasika. Where is the sound coming from? Okay. Okay. Most of you get it right. So Phassa, Vedana. So that's why I asked you all to memorize the Pali. Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekagata, Jivindriya, Manasikala. These 7. So contact, feeling, perception, volition, Ekagata, life faculty, attention. Right. So the question is very simple. Ask you to write Pali English. You don't need to give me explanation. But some of you give explanation is also not problem. Okay. And then 6 occasionally particular mental factors is just this part only, okay? Vitaka, Vichara, Adimokkha, Viriya, Piti, Chanda, or initial application, sustained application, decision, energy, effort, years, all right? So if you have write Pali English, you get full marks 5. So if you just write the English and without mistake, you will get 3 or 4. Right? If you make some mistake, you minus 1. Little bit mistake always I just minus 1. Okay. So this is the next one.
In all Pali, then
Sorry? If you write in all in Pali. Sorry, who asked the question? I cannot.
Chanda.
Who asked the question? I cannot hear you. Who asked the question?
Where is Chanda?
Oh yeah. If you write in Pali only.
Yes.
Because the question asks you to write preferable in both languages. Okay. So you have to write actually in both languages. So if you write only in Pali, the full mark will be 5, all right? 5 times 6. So full mark is 5. So if you write only in Pali, so at most you only can get out of 5 marks, you only can get 3 marks. Okay. All right, Ashin Chanda.
Yeah.
So this part, I think most people would not make any mistake. It's not so difficult. It just depends on how good you can memorize, right? Now the question number 2, I think it's a huge one. You can see the marks is 50. Actually, it means that each of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each question will give you 10 marks. Each of you will give you 10 marks. But I think the question number 1, most people get it right because it's not so difficult. And it's the first one that you all learn about two truth, about the Panyati, the Samudhi Sacha, and then the other one, okay? The Paramata Sacha. So make sure when you translate the Samudhi Satya, conventional truth, and Paramata Satya, ultimate truth, don't make mistake in the Pali and English. Okay, because the truth is very important. Okay. Because the table here is very clearly mentioned already. All right. Here you can see the table here. Ultimate truth, Paramata Satya, and then Samudhi Satya. So it's conventional. Ashinchana is not the one you translate. Okay. So this one you have to translate correctly, and you need to give some explanation. All right. I think most of you write the explanation from here on this. I can see some of you write from here. It's okay. And some of you also add on your ideas. Okay. So it's not a problem. So it's not big. Most people get it right. Most of you can get 10 marks. So each 50 here, so each is already 10 marks here, okay? So most of you get 10 marks here. All right. So if you make a little bit mistake, I just minus 1 or 2. So most of you think that. So for question number 2, it's a little bit tricky. So it requires you to think. That's why remember I asked you to do the assignment about which word is better for you to go. Now the question is actually two. One is deity and Brahma. Some of you only give me the answer deity. This means that some of you write like Tawantisa or Tushita, but there is deity, right? You also need to write Brahma. Okay, Brahma is of course the best one will be Sudavasa because you can listen to Dhamma. But some also say in a Brahma Sudavasa you no need to listen to Dhamma because they are just meditation. But actually Sudavasa they also can talk, they also can share the Dhamma. Right? They are not just meditating. But we assume that most of the time they spend their mind in meditation. All right. So for this question, which plan is good if you want to born as to listen to Dhamma? Of course, Tawantisa is good because the place where there are many good person there, they preach the Dhamma. There are many person who listen to the Buddha's time. In the Buddha's time, they listen to Dhamma. There are many area there also. Of course, Tushita will be the best one because it's the place where Bodhisattva will be born. Most of you get this answer correct. Then the Brahma, I think some of you didn't write. So Brahma, the best will be, of course, Sudavasa. Okay. Assuming is a place that they share the Dhamma because we only know that they are practicing the Dhamma, but we don't know whether they give Dhamma. But they also say some of the Sudavasa, the non-listener, they also appear in the world. They come and ask the Buddha question. So that's mean that they also can hear the Dhamma also. Right? So this question, I was looking for the answer like deity, and you can give some explanation of Brahma world, which is the best, like Sudavasa. Your short answer will be nice, Sudavasa. And also the question, I think most of you get it right. Can you listen to Dhamma in Alupa plan? Most of you say no because Alupa have no body, cannot listen Dhamma. So most of you can get this right, no problem. Okay. So you need to answer in 3 ways: deities, Brahma also, and also Alupa. So this question is 10 marks, but actually divide to 3 parts. So it's actually 3 parts. So if you miss one part, I will just need to minus some marks. So this question number 3 is actually very simple because it's same like your assignment. So most of you write correctly, but you need to answer, you need to see the question correctly. It's explain, you need to give explanation. So not just list the 10 Cetasika. So if you just give me the list of 10 Cetasika without explanation, even though it's a 10 marks here, okay? If you just give a list without explanation, I will just give you about 3 or 4. Depend. If your mark is too low, I will give more. If your mark is too high, or minus a lot. Because if you don't give me any explanation, I'm looking for some explanation here. It's not to be a lot because this is just a short question, short explanation. All right. So make sure you has explained briefly. And I'm not looking for any example, but if you write example, it's still okay. But you need to give me the explanation like the one in the paper, the one I give you. Okay. So like this explanation, okay? Like what's the meaning of explanation? For example, pasa, mental contact, vedana, this is the explanation, right? Meaning here. You can see the word meaning. experiencing object. Cetana, motivation, create karma. Ekagata, unification of mind. Jivindra, maintain the associate state. So you need to give me the meaning here. And the example here, I did not ask for it, but if you want to write, it's not a problem for me. Okay. But basically, you need to give me the Cettasika and then the meaning. All right. So you just need to minus your mark accordingly. Now, question number 4. I think some people, I think a lot of people did not answer well. Which rupa will arise when you are talking or communicating with the other people? So we are talking about only, so the question is very specific, is on talking. So will be Vachi Vinyati. All right. Or when you communicate with people, some of you just put the Vachi Vinyati, but you forget when you communicate with people, not just talking, you also need to use your body. Let's say if you cannot talk, you are deaf and dumb, but you can use the sign language. All right. So you can use your body for body gesture and so on. So the answer is not just Vachi Vinyati, will be also Kaya Vinyati. So you need to give me the who answer because it asks you to explain also. Okay, this is under the explanation. So beside giving me this Vachi Vinyati, you also need to give me the Kaya Vinyati here. And you need to give some explanation. Some of you didn't give me any explanation. Right? Okay. All right. So you need to write something like this, some explanation, right? So you can write how you communicate by your body and how you communicate by speech to make your idea to be known by others. Okay. And some of you also give me some other answer like Mahabhuta. Yes, Mahabhuta will arise also. Okay. Some of you also give me some other things because you know the Mahabhuta is the dependent. So yeah. So some of you want to give me other rupa, but actually it's not needed because the exact one I'm looking for is actually the Kaya Vinyati and Vachi Vinyati, right? These two only. Okay. But if you want to give me like when you see something, when you hear something, is okay, no problem. You want to give me some extra facts, no problem. But I'm looking for more explanation here. So if you don't give me any explanation for Kaya Vinyati or Vachi Vinyati, you just give me the list or whatever. So the marks will be minus. Okay. And next one, number 5. I think some get it right, some don't get it right. It's actually very simple. Which rupa will arise when you are feeling peaceful, calm, and happy? All right. So it's a good kind of okay. So you have to give me this one. Lahuda, Mududa, Kamayata. So these are good state. Some of you give me the answer like Chetasika. So here is talking about Lupa, nothing to do with the Chetasika. So if you're writing the Chetasika, it's not needed. Right? So you should have these 3. Lahuda, Mududa, Kamayata. And you, of course, you need to give me some example and not example, some explanation. All right. Here, they are not mentioned here, but you can give some little bit example. Like you feel light, the body is soft, and then the adaptability. Because it's a 10 marks here. So it's a 10 marks here. Of course, you need to give me some your own understanding about Lupa. Not just Lahuta, Muduta, Kamiyata. Just these 3 words is not enough. Because it's 10 marks, you need to write some more. Okay? So others like Mahabhuta or whatever, if you write, it's okay, but it's not important. Now, the question number part 3 is actually interesting. A lot of people make lots of mistakes here. The moment they make mistake, it's very easy because they don't really understand the question or they don't listen carefully in the class, I would say. Okay, the first answer, Sudawasa. All right, Sudawasa, you all know where Sudawasa is for. You see the word only. All right, Sudawasa is not for Anagami only because the person born there will be in Anagami, but they can practice all the way until become Arahant. So the Anagami will be there and also plus Arahant. So the answer is Sudawasa is for Anagami and Arahant. So the answer should be no. Okay. I think most people make some mistake here. Next one. Vitaka and Manasikala are similar in terms of function. It's actually not really similar. Okay, not similar because we can see in the Cettasika, I also mentioned in my class, Manasikala means adverts turns to the object. Vitaka is put the mind. So the function is actually different here. One is adverts, one is putting the mind. So Manasika and Vitaka, the answer is not similar. Okay, so the answer is no. Okay, now the question three. I think question three, many people make some mistake. Either they cannot remember the Pali word sanya. Sanya means perception, right? So perception is making the mark of the object. It's not experiencing the object. So what is the Cettasika they will experience the object? Okay. The answer is Vedana, okay? The Vedana is the one that experiencing the object. So Sanya is marking the object. So can remember again. So the answer is no. All right. So if you have right, you give yourself. Remember, this one is what's the mark here? So the mark is 20. So I made a mistake here. I left the number 19. So anyway, so each question is 1 mark. Right. So the answer is no. Because the answer is not sanya. The answer is actually is Vedana, feeling. Okay. Now, number 4, some people also make a mistake. The question is, you have 28 lupas in your body as a male or female. So I already mentioned here, if you have male, then you don't have female things. If you have female, you don't have male things. So the answer is most of us only got 27. We don't have 28. So this is a tricky question to see where if you can answer correctly or not. Okay. So the answer is also no. Some say yes, but actually it's no. Because if you have male, you don't have female. All right. So you just have to refer to your material. Okay. So if you have this iti bawa, then you don't have male. So if you have male, you don't have female. Unless you have both together, but it's very rare. Very rare you have both together. So in question 5, I think most of you, I'm happy that most of you listen to class carefully. So most of you say no, yes. Right. I think some of you also make some mistake here. We contemplate, I'm walking, I'm sitting, is wrong. Because in the first chapter I mentioned already, you have to go beyond the conventional truth. Like I'm walking, I'm sitting is on the conventional level. We have to contemplate on only in Vipassana, we have to contemplate as the mind and matter. Like the mind want to walk, the body is walking. The mind hear the sound. Okay. The sound touch the ear, then the mind know it. So the answer is no. So number 6, we can ignore nama, lupa, if I agree. Actually, the answer is yes, very easy. I think some people say no, but actually most of the time it's yes. Nama or lupa. Either nama, lupa, nama, lupa. Nama or lupa and nama is same. So nama, lupa. I find it. Now, number 7, only 5 sense bases are called dwara. I think most of you make some mistake here. The answer is no. Here, I use the word only. So this only is always some tricky question. It's a tricky question to see how well you really understand the Dhamma. 5 bases, not only 5 bases. Okay? Which one is called dwara? So you look at the so if you look at the last one, this one, okay, dwara. Dara beside the 5 sense organ and also vinyati. Because I already mentioned last time, we use our body door, our speech to communicate our idea. So for the idea to go outside is like a door. So vinyati is the door for us to talk with people, to communicate with people. So the question is there only 5 sense door? Is this the number 5 here? The answer is no. Not this 5. It's also number 2 here. Okay. I think most people make some mistake here, but some of you get it right. So the answer is no. Okay. Now the second, Vitaka and Vichara support each other to reach object. It's actually yes and no, depends on interpretation. Some say yes and some say no. But if generally we can take the answer yes, Vitaka and Vichara help each other to reach the object. The answer is yes. But some of you say no. In terms of function, Vitaka and Vichara are different. Yeah. So I can take it if you say yes or no, either one. Now, number 9, we can find 4 Brahma Vihara in the Citta Sikha. Yes. Yes, this is yes. Okay. The number 10, Adosa is same with metta. Actually, the answer is yes, because in the Citta Sikha, the metta is Adosa. But some want to say they are different. If you want to put different, if you want to put no, you can give your explanation. I will also accept it. Okay. Amoha is same with panya. Yeah, it's panya indriya. All right. So the answer is yes. Now, the question number 12, some people also make mistake. Contemplate a 6 sense basis is under contemplation of body. It's not under contemplation of body, but it's under because we have 4 satipatthana, the body, feeling, consciousness, and Dhamma. So it's not under the body, but it should be under the Dhamma Nupassana. Okay, so it should be under the Dhamma Nupassana, not under the body. So the answer is no. Next one, okay? But Dhammanussana is the last one, contemplation of Dhamma, mental object. Number 3, 13. Patawi means wind, no. Tejo means fire, yes. Most of you get this right. Yes, I think all of you get this right, okay. The 14, the longer lifespan of 31 planet is actually not 80,000, it's 84,000. I'm happy that most of you remember the numbers, okay. So the answer is no. Pakunyata means lightness, no. Right, so this is to test if you memorize the Pali. Some also make some mistake here. So Pakunyata is this under the Chettasika. All this to test how much you understand your lesson, okay? Proficiency. Pakunyata. So this actually the answer is both. Okay, now the next one. Perception means sanya, feeling is vedana. Sanya and vedana are part of sankala in 5 terms of aggregate. Some of you didn't answer. The question is no. Okay, because sanya and vedana are not in the sankala, they are outside the sankala. To go this, you have to look at the first true truth. Okay, this one. Right. So now, okay, perception and feeling are not in the sankala, are not here. Perception and feeling, 1 and 1, they are outside the sankala because they are 52 here, so they are 50 here, so feeling and perception is outside the sankala. So the answer is no. So if you write yes, this means that you don't understand about the 5 aggregates, right? So the answer is no. Conventional truth is important in our life, yes, because we need to call our father and mother, even though they are Namarupa. There's teacher and student, even though we are just Namarupa. Sorry, yes. Now, 18 is actually quite subjective, to me, the answer is yes. Having atta means you want to meditate because you're conceit, yes, because we believe we are good in meditation. So that's why we want to meditate more. So the answer can be yes or no. Quite subjective, depends on topic. So if you put yes or no, I think I will not minus. It's either yes or no, you can take it. It's actually quite subjective. Number 20, I think, is actually basis. First go loka will be Satta Loka, Okasa Loka, and Sankhara Loka. So the last one should be Sankhara Loka. So this is to test if you are good in your Pali or not. Okay. Right. So that's why when you learn Abhidhamma, remember to brush out your Pali. Okay. I hope you're all happy with the question. Yes. Any question about this? Anybody?
Sayaji, this is Shinling.
Yes.
On the part 3, number 10, right? Now, I
Mhm.
read in the handbook of Abhidhamma,
Yes. Yes.
Sayadaw mentioned specifically that metta is a mode of adosa, but they are
Mm.
not their adosa is not just metta.
Okay. All right. Yes. So adosa means, if you come from here, means non-hatred. Okay. Non-hatred means free from hatred. Free from hatred. So of course, when your mind free from hatred, not all the time your mind has metta. Okay. So you can say adosa is a big category. All right. Metta is inside it. Okay. But if we are talking about, if you just from the point of four Brahma Vihara, then metta is same with adosa. Okay. All right. From the viewpoint of Brahma Vihara. Okay. Because in Brahma Vihara, there must be something that's similar with the metta. So it's only adosa, same with the metta. But if you want to say no, it's also okay. All right. You want to say no, it's also okay. So it's kind of like also like subjective also. Because yes, like you say, adosa is actually adosa means many things. Metta is just one of them only. Okay, Shinli? Okay, next question. Anybody? Any question? No more? All right. I think what we do is you all need to write give yourself marks. Okay. So this means that I want to do it another way, all right? So you give yourself marks and you tell me that how much do you think that you have the right to earn the marks, right? Then based on your marks and based my marks, we will do the average.